and it works to the support and promote the ecosystem growth of Tezos in India. So, and when I say ecosystem growth, it combines of uh, multiple activities, multiple initiatives. For example, developer activities, which are hackathons, programs like Tezos India Fellowship, and 7 days hackathons like and then in developer activities, Tezos India also establishes student clubs, university chapters, right? And basically works towards training more and more students, young developers about blockchain and specifically about Tezos, how to develop on Tezos. And then after all this training and workshops, we try to put out all these programs like Tezos India Fellowship, hackathon, so that all these people who have now been trained for developing on Tezos can participate in these activities, can engage in the community, can build their projects, and then they get opportunities to get follow-on grants in programs like small grants, or if their project is really cool, they can also get direct window to bigger grants up to, let's say, $50,000, $100,000 through Tezos Foundation, right? So that was about developer activities. Then Tezos India also works with startups, companies, organization in India who wants to integrate Tezos, and then basically makes the case for Tezos protocol, Tezos blockchain to all the startups who wants to do something with blockchain. That why Tezos makes sense for their use case, or why Tezos is the one which should be used. Given all the characteristics and features that Tezos has, right? I think we are all aware about why we are connected with Tezos and why we are building on top of Tezos, right? Apart from that, then Tezos India also coordinates with teams like TZ Epic in Asia Pacific for events, marketing, brand awareness, and different all these different kind of initiatives to overall make Tezos a known brand in India, and also during the process make Tezos India as well a known organization which supports Tezos in India. And I'm happy to share that so far. We have been able to do that, and the Tezos India Fellowship cohort 2.0 is proof of that. So Tezos India Fellowship basically started in 2020. It was just an idea. It hasn't been done before. Me and team of Devfolio, Tezos India team and Devfolio team, we're just trying to figure out what is the best way that we can motivate young developers to go on and build their projects and start their entrepreneurial journey, right? So it's not only about hackathon that you build a project and you forget about it. You build a project and work really hard for a specific amount of time, which is 2 months, and then you work with mentors, you work with community, you work with all the developers to polish your project, and then also engage in such a way that you, even after fellowship, you keep continuing your journey and take that project to next level, right? As your own startup or business idea. And that's how Tezos India Fellowship started. In the first cohort, there were 1,400 plus applications, and out of which we selected only 10. It's very selective program, and only top of the top brightest students are selected in this program. And I think you all already know that. And in last cohort, we got 10 students, and out of which 12. And out of those 7 projects, 2 got follow-on grants to build their projects. And I'm happy to share, one is already live on mainnet, one is going to be live on mainnet very soon. And all the rest of the projects or rest of the fellows who were selected, they are still working in Tezos ecosystem one way or another, be it by joining a big company or big startup which is building on Tezos, etc. Talking about this cohort, we started Tezos India Fellowship 2.0 this year, and we got, I guess, around 3,500 plus applications from all over the country. And it was really cool to see that we got a huge amount of application from all the major cities, all the major universities, and out of which we had to select 30 students. and we selected those 30 students. We brainstormed with them for the ideas, and then we clubbed them into, club together in different groups so that they can build those ideas and build an end-to-end working production ready DApp on Tezos testnet, right? Which is what we are going to see today. So that was just about Tezos India Fellowship, and I will stop talking more about it, and we'll just see it in action in few minutes. Right. But before that, I would also like a moment to thank all of you, especially all the people that we have from wider global Tezos ecosystem today. We have got a team of TZ Epic, and thanks for being present here, TZ Epic. We've got Rafael from Tezos Foundation. We've got we've got all these amazing fellows out there. We've got also teams from reputed projects which are building on top of Tezos, like Bernd Ostrom from Plenty DeFi, and more people will keep joining in as we go. And again, thanks to all the fellows who are here, first of all. And I really, I can't wait to see what you guys have built. I've already seen that, but I can't wait for all the other prestigious guests that we have to see what you guys have built. So without further ado, I'll pass on to Purvi, and Purvi, you can take it from here, moderate the session, and let's not wait. Let's not keep anyone waiting to see all the demos. Right.
Sure. Thank you so much. So, team, like Om mentioned, we have 6 projects that will be demoing today with us. And every project will be presenting for 10 minutes, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A or feedback session. Like Om said, we won't keep you waiting more. So let's start with the first team, BitHounds. BitHounds is an online platform where users can own randomly generated hounds. Hounds can be bred together to give birth to new ones or sold or bought on the marketplace. So I would like to invite Team BitHounds on stage. Sorry, am I audible?
Yeah.
All right. So Team BitHounds, over to you now.
Yep. Let me turn on my camera. I hope it's working. Hi, everyone. This is Srijan from Team BitHounds. And today I'm going to try and walk you through the project that we worked on in this cohort of the Tezos India Fellowship. So I guess without any delay, let me try and share my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this is our project called BitHounds, and these are basically pixel art beasts, randomly generated art on the Tezos blockchain. And the problem that we're trying to solve here is we're trying to tap into a rapidly growing market of online randomly generated NFTs. The NFT marketplace volume has grown a lot in the last quarter of 2020, the first quarter of 2021. And in fact, it has grown from a net worth of $1 million USD to $750+ million USD. And a lot of this growth has been contributed to from existing projects like CryptoKitties, CryptoPunks, and Tezos on our Tezos blockchain. But we still believe that there is a lot of room for improvement and innovation in this space, which is exactly what our project tries to tap into. So the solution that we came up with was to create an online platform for users where they could generate their own randomly generated monsters. And we would call these monsters hounds. Each hound would have its own unique look and feature, unique attributes, a unique moon affiliation. And then these hounds can be bred together to give birth to new hounds. And then this could sort of keep on happening. And from the user's perspective, the project workflow is actually fairly simple. We have a web client that users can log on to, and they can use that to breed, buy, sell, or play with hounds. And when a hound is requested, our backend server uses Sharp to generate an image representing the hound and a genome or a fingerprint, which is a string. And it stores this information on the Tezos blockchain and adds this as an NFT to the user's account. Users can then make collections out of their hounds and show off their hound collections to other users and traders. And they can then use the marketplace as a sort of safe space to expand their collection and trade hounds with other users. From our point of view, whenever a user requests a hound from the contract, a new hound image is generated by our backend server, which is then pinned to IPFS. The IPFS URI is then taken and added to an NFT on the Tezos blockchain. And then a representation of the NFT is also available on our web client, which our web client is capable of parsing these NFTs and displaying them to the user to sort of convey a sense of personal belonging. As far as the revenue model is concerned, we want to associate a rarity factor with every hound, and users will want to own hounds that are naturally more rare. And so with every rarity, every different rarity, we can assign them price ranges. Minting hounds with certain rarity can then be monetized, and a fee on breeding hounds together can be used. So whenever a user wants to breed, let's say 2 hounds with which are mythical, and let's say generation 0, there would be a charge associated with that accordingly. So let me take you through the working demo that we have built over the past couple of months. And so this is our project, BitHouse. This is the homepage that the user would be seeing when they land on this page. And now we have a sort of little box where the user can just look at all the different kinds of hounds that can exist. The user can then get started. They can go onto their profile page where we have some information about the user. And there's all these different kinds of hounds with different rarity, different generation, and different trait. For example, let's take a look at Joanne. Joanne is a hound who is said to be organizational, quaint, and marked. He's usually calm. His affiliation with the moon is blood, meaning during October and January, his value on the market will be boosted by a little bit. So hounds have values which can change depending on what moon or what season it is currently. The spirit animal for Joanne is a black lobster, and he has a rarity of common. We can also breed hounds together to give birth to new hounds. So let's try breeding, let's say Eileen. Let's try breeding Eileen. Now you can see him here. And let's try breeding him with Lou. And let's breed them together. When I click on breed, what happens is our backend server then generates a new image. And now I'm going to have to confirm this transaction by signing into my wallet. And once the transaction is completed, I should see a new hound added right here. If the transaction fails, then I will get an alert for that as well. And while the transaction is taking place, we can look at the hounds that are currently for sale on the marketplace. I can go onto any hound and I can check out what it looks like, what the image looks like. And if it feels right to me, I can then buy it. Apparently, this one is for sale for 0.005482 new Tez. And then we also have a little bonus feature here where users can search for user addresses or even by usernames and interact with other users. Eventually, we want to add more variety to the marketplace. We want to add more features. And one direction that this project could go in could be to have these hounds be used as profile pictures for people. So that's what we have so far. I'm trying to just wait for the breeding process to complete. I guess we got Cindy from the breed, which is a generation 4 hound. And it was, since the parents were both generation 3, it makes sense that the child is a generation 4 hound. Cindy is calm, deliberate, organizational, beautiful, and Cindy's spirit animal is apricot basilisk, and the rarity is common. So that's what we have on our project so far. And the roadmap that we have planned out for ourselves is to have a working product by January of 2022, as in finish all the final touch-ups and add more features to the product. And we plan a launch on the mainnet by March of 2022. By June, we plan to mint the first generation of hounds that the users can then buy. And then we can just sort of let the ecosystem grow naturally and see how it turns out. And the team behind the project is me, who worked on the genetic algorithm and the web client. I'm Shrijan. Harshit worked on the backend server, the smart contracts, and he also worked on pinning the images to IPFS. Mihir, my teammate, also helped out with the smart contracts and the web client. And that's sort of been our project. I hope you enjoyed it.
Sure. Is it done, Trijan?
Yeah.
All right. That was indeed brilliant. Let's see if we have gotten questions, feedback for you.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to share anything.
Yeah. Hi, Porvi.
Hi, Rafael.
Yes, Jacob here from TZ APAC. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Hi. Yeah. So I was actually curious about your roadmap. It seems like the product is pretty, nice, really nice now. It's a perfect MVP. And I was wondering if you could explain the timeline for a launch in June and why not sooner? Thanks.
And the reason behind launching it in June and not sooner is because we wanted to add more to the project, because currently there's existing projects like CryptoKitties which do all this already. So currently what we have in this MVP is a similar project which uses pixel art instead of, let's say, different kind of generative art or anything like that. But like we said, this could be used as profile picture NFTs, and maybe we could add a seasonal calendar, more interactive small games that users can play, so they can maybe have bond with the hounds on a closer level. They can sort of choose hounds to represent their faces on this platform and even others. So I feel that if we were to work on that, then maybe we would have to give it some time and effort in development. So that's why I was sort of thinking about June in terms of when we want to launch it on the mainnet.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. And for games, are you thinking more of like giving them stats and like saying organizational is good against beauty, or some sort of gamification of the traits?
Yeah, actually. So, for example, if you look at Harry, for example, the current stats he has are symbolic, musical, and annoyed. Eventually, we want to also, because a hound has a very long DNA, which is currently not visible on the web client, but from the DNA, we could infer certain stats of a hound, right? And then we could use the seasonal moon system for that. So, for example, if it's a sanguine moon, then hounds which are affiliated to the sanguine moon will be powerful, let's say, in between March and July every year, and then they would have their stats boosted by a certain amount. And the rarity also can play a role in how effective a certain hound is in a game. So that's sort of where we're headed with this, at least ideating wise.
Okay. Yeah, Burn. I see you raised your hand.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome pitch, man. Really cool to see. And I haven't seen this breeding functionality on Tezos yet. So I see already a unique product that can launch. And I don't know how unique it will be in June 2022. So I hear you compare it to CryptoKitties on Ethereum. How do you position yourself in between all the different NFT projects on Tezos currently?
On Tezos, we have the only project that I'm aware of, which is similar in and BitHounds, is that BitHounds is very extensible. We can add more textures and features to hounds, and the genome string can then be interpreted in a different way by the web client to give a different flair to these hounds. So for example, in Christmas season, the hounds will have a different look. The idea that we're going with for BitHounds is that instead of just being a static image, which is once generated, just stays as something, instead of just having it represent ownership of an object, we want to make it something more than that. So Tezos, for example, just has images. It's obviously a very amazing project, but it's focused more on the looks. But we also want to focus on looks plus functionality, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. You just mentioned Christmas. Christmas is in December, of course, and you want to launch in June. So I think that period around Christmas could be a perfect launch moment. But yeah, you guys know better, of course, how much work still needs to be done. But yeah, I would advise to launch faster, but I don't know if I'm in the position to give advice here. Only ask questions, I believe.
No, I think that's great advice. Didn't think of that perspective when planning out this roadmap. I mean, that's really useful advice, but I do agree that launching it sooner can definitely have benefits. A lot of this was just so when we were creating this roadmap, we were thinking about if the three of us, which is my team, were to work on this project, how long would it take us to uh, mm, uh, bring it to a point where it can be released confidently, as in without any bugs or without any issues, as in a feature complete product. But if we can speed track that, then I believe that December is not undoable. Is definitely a reasonable time frame. Yeah.
All right. Now I'm even more hyped, man. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right. So I think thanks, Srijan. So the sooner the better, right? That's what Bern meant, because Tezos is very, all hype on NFTs at this point of time. So that's the advice he was trying to give you. So thank you so much for presenting. It was brilliant. Now I would like to invite our second team, basically not a team. So we have Sushant here, who has worked on one of the pre-existing projects, but let me invite him to actually share what he did. Welcome, Sushant.
Hello everyone. So audible, right? So I'm going to present my screen.
Mhm.
So hello, I present to you Tester.Dart. Tester.Dart is a library to build decentralized application on Flutter Framework. Uh, the issues Tester.Dart solve. So Tester.Dart is a Tester.Dart is to interact with Tezos blockchain, send transactions, but it did not support FA2 and FA1.2 smart contracts. So developers could only send transactions or create accounts. So there is not much they can do with the DApps with Flutter Framework. So I solved this problem by adding fungible token support. Now the library supports FA2 and FA1.2 tokens. Now developers can interact with these tokens and the NFTs. The package also fetches the IPFS data automatically. So developers can interact with these libraries. They can also call entry points. So I have also added the documentation to this. So developers can easily interact with, easily understand how the package works. So if they want to see anything related to accounts, they can just go in accounts and see all the functions we have provided. And then like for smart contracts, we can see like we have TZIP 16 based smart contract, so we can get metadata, and we can get metadata views for these. And then we have TZIP 12 contracts, we can get token metadata for these. So these are like NFTs, and then we can interact with these. So now I would like to show you these are some of the features I have tested. So like we can mint tokens, we can do everything. So we can make a fully fledged DApp. So now I would like to show you one of the app which we have also made, which is Nan Wallet. So this is my phone. So this is the Nan Wallet app. So Nan Wallet Nan Wallet can now show NFT. So if we go to NFT gallery, so I don't have any NFTs now. I can see NFTs from here, and then I can connect my wallet.
Because your phone screen is not visible.
Oh,
Are you presenting?
yeah.
It's not visible. The app, I know. It's okay. You can try once.
It should be there. So
Okay.
it's not visible.
Can someone confirm if it is visible or not? Maybe it's lagging on you.
But yeah, I think you can just mention
about. Yeah. So
Mhm.
so we can see we can also interact with like we have plenty swap, so we can add those features to our wallet as well. So we will be able to interact with plenty swap from app only, so because of these features. So that was all with the Tester.Dart. Thanks.
Okay.
So let me kick off the questions, and just for information for everyone, this is one of the project that Sushant was already before fellowship wanted to
Yeah.
contribute to on the open source basis, and this will enable seamless building of mobile applications, and you can see NFTs, and you can integrate all the exchanges and smart contracts in mobile wallet easily. And I think it's a very big advancement for the Tezos ecosystem. And Sushant has worked with existing teams who were working on this project. So very cool, Sushant. I think what you can do is, my question is, why Flutter framework? Why we
Yeah.
already have Taquito JS in Tezos, we have Conceal JS, but why you think you like this project, or you had to contribute to this?
Okay, so Flutter is like one of the most rapidly growing frameworks. It has already beaten React Native, and you can make high performant apps which will work on desktop. So if you create an app with the tester Dart, you can run it on desktop, which means Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. You can also run the same app with the same code, no changes. You can run that on web. So like and which will also run on mobile and Android. So iOS and Android. So all the platforms are covered, which is like really difficult to do with other frameworks and get high performance.
Very cool. You're on
So
good food.
have any, yeah, just got no. Do we have any another question for Sushant? Ooh.
I have one.
Okay.
Like which functionalities are next?
Actually, I wanted to add a beacon support, because for now wallets can only dApps can only create their own wallets, and they, if I create a mobile dApp, I can't interact with wallet. So I would like to create a beacon support for Flutter as well. That's next.
Okay.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Question, Mohan? Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else, we can move on to our next presentation for the day. We have Team Origin X. They have built a decentralized virtual world owned by its users. Within the world, the users can explore the world with friends, buy lands, and control the content published on the land piece. Wow. So let's welcome Team Origin X.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
It's visible. I hope it's visible.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah. Hello, I'm Priyanshu, and we created OriginX during this fellowship. OriginX is a decentralized virtual world where the users own where the land is owned by its users. So basically, the problem is in the like it's the metaverse is at very rapid growth, but the most of the metaverse are like owned by big corporations, and then they will totally control what will be on it and what not. So we want to create a solution for that, so that the users have the full control over what will be there in the virtual world, how it will look, what they want in it, and what they can do inside it. It's a new virtual world where each user has power to do anything. So the solution we created is, we created a virtual world where each land piece is an NFT token, and the owner will have the full control over what will be published over that NFT piece or the land piece. So the project for workflow is, we put we mint tokens and put it in the marketplace. Then user can buy land from the marketplace. We have put, like the OriginX have put, or any other user have put. If they own a land, they can build over it, and they can monetize the content over it, like by placing some advertisement or something, or maybe sell it in the marketplace for some profit. So that's how it works. The revenue model for now is basically the land, the OriginX, like the initial land will be all put by the OriginX. Then we are planning to have an in-game currency token. Basically, like each world have its own currency. So we're planning to have our own currency token. It will be a full virtual world where you can do everything. That's what our plan is. So we are planning to have an in-game currency token and a small royalty on selling and buying the land piece from the marketplace. Let me give you a quick demo. So yeah, this is our homepage of OriginX. A user can look at the explore, create, and trade. We have our marketplace. We have a map. We have our builder, and we have our obviously the explorer. What we say play. For this, we need to connect a wallet. We have already connected a wallet. Let's look at the builder. So it will show you what all lines you have owned, and you can put some of these on the marketplace if you wish to. For example, if I wish to put line 2 on the marketplace for 1,000 Tezos. Yeah, I'll confirm. So you can put your land on the sale in the marketplace. You will also get an option to build from here until you own the land, and you can also remove it from the market if you wish to. Now you can see that will so now what you can, if you want to build over a piece, you can build it. For example, let's build over this piece. So this is our builder we created. It's in a very nascent stage for now. We have just like you can just put blocks around, and like it you can just like put blocks around and in the land piece. You can also remove if you wish to by like using shift click, but yeah. So I think this is good to go for now. So we can update the whole content is stored over IPFS. So we'll update the model URL or the IPFS URL. We'll store this model over the IPFS, and we'll store the IPFS URL in your contract storage. Let's confirm. Till the time it get done, each land piece has a 16x16 area in the virtual world, and for now each block takes 2x2 unit of place. You can see that it got updated in the contract. Let's look at this. Let's look at it in our play in the we have our small map for now. It's basically the land is divided into 20x20 pieces for now, and you can directly like jump into any of the position. Let's jump into this position. So this is a 3D world where you have all the controls. You can move around. You can use your cursor to like look around, and you can use the arrow keys to move around, and you can use the cursor to rotate around. You can see the land pieces, like each land pieces have their own content. So basically this land piece owner, like I am the owner, so I've created a teaser for this. We can also look at the content we just built. So yeah, this was our land piece. So as you can see, we just built this building for us. and it got rendered over our play. So it's fully controlled by its user of what content they want to publish over the land. We also have a marketplace from where you can buy land. So I just put this 1,000. I just put this land for 1,000 Tezos. We can buy it. It's kind of like I'm the owner, so it will come to me only, but it will be removed from the marketplace. So for now, so that's the virtual world for now. We are planning to integrate. We are planning to like improve. So the game display will be as better as the builder will be. So we are planning to improve the builder to have more features, like not only blocks, but for that instead, the first we are planning to support GLTF so that we can directly import it from. So that we can directly import files from like files created in any other platform like Blender or something. So and then after that we are planning to improve the builder. So as better the builder will be, the game looks and appearance will improve as much as the builder will improve. So that's our gameplay for the game. So we have a roadmap. So we are planning to create an in-world currency like for launch. It's currently we are buying and selling the land and XTC, but we are planning for an in-world currency as how it happens in real world. We are trying to replicate that into the virtual world. Then we are by the summer we're planning to have a support GLTF. Basically have some limits over GLTF. Like we can still support it in 2 days, but like we have to control of how much content they can put it, so that the virtual world doesn't lag or something. Then we are planning to on your land you can put your NFT galleries and sell NFTs over it, and maybe like you can collapse 4 land and maybe control all those 4 lands together. And then by the March 2022 we are planning for the full mainnet launch. So this is our team, Priyanshu and my fellow, like this is me and this is my fellow Thakur. We built this over the fellowship. And in the end, I would like to thank Tezos India and the folio for giving us this opportunity. I would also like to thank Om, Purvi, Sneha, Denver, our mentors, Anshit and Mudit for their constant support throughout the fellowship. I hope you like that. We can take any questions if you have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyanshu, for your kind words. And I know that everybody could see that you've already built so much within just a very short duration of 8 weeks. So any questions for Team Origin X?
Yeah, I have some questions. Jacob here from TZ APAC. I think this project is super cool. You might have mentioned it already, but maybe I didn't hear it. So are you looking to include more textures on the blocks, or possibly, I'm not sure what program you're using, but possibly letting people design their own textures on the blocks, so then someone can come in and actually, put some sort of images on it, or build it in such a way, and maybe even sell the structures themselves on your marketplace. So maybe I don't want to build something, but maybe I want to hire like an architect to build something, cool on my property. Yeah, I want to know your thoughts around that. Yeah.
So yeah. So basically, this is a very basic builder that we have built for now. It is like we want to create an MVP for now. So we have built this builder, but yeah, we are planning to have a better builder, and so basically a better builder where you can create any building and any shape you want. Basically, supporting all the other shapes, all the other textures. You can import your textures. You can import your buildings. We are also planning to support the Blender models. So you can, if there's a better architecture who like better 3D person who know how to like work in Blender, in Blender you can create anything basically in a virtual. So you can import that also. We are planning to import animations. So yeah, we are planning to like have everything which you can build, and you can import anything. So, and if you want someone else, so we think you can use, we are planning to use the operators for that. You can give your land operations to someone to build over it, and then they can build it for you.
Nice. That's really cool. That's super cool. What if I don't want someone on my lawn? Can I like keep them off my property, or what? How does that work?
Yeah, so basically that all is customizable. We just need to change our IPFS, like the content we are saving over IPFS. So we are planning to have something like it's not final, but we are planning to have something like you own, like you control your land, right? So you can't let anyone else come in, or you like maybe you give a certain type of tokens to them, and whoever owns this type of tokens only can come to your land, or maybe you're giving it for rent to someone to advertise. So we are planning for all those features, but we are like thinking for all these features for now. I hope that answers your question.
Yep, it does. Thanks.
Okay. Rafael, you have some question, I guess.
Yes. Hello, I'm Rafael. I'm from Tezos Foundation in Switzerland. I like the project. It's great. One question I have is what is the reason you choose to develop an in-game currency and not use Tez, and then also perhaps list it on some NFT marketplaces like Hiketnong?
Hello, Rafael. Like, so basically we can use XTCs also, but what we are planning is to have like basically give the person a whole virtual world, basically a whole virtual world. So how it comes in virtual world is basically you have your own lands, you have your own currency, and we are also planning for 3D, like for the third person control. So you have your own models, you have your own clothes. Basically clothes will also be, so we are planning to have everything in a virtual world separately from the real world basically. So supporting all those, like having a different complete virtual world. Therefore we have decided to use a in-game currency. We are also planning to use that in-game currency as a DAO basically, for like to manage the game in future.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Bern, did you have some question? Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, one of the reasons to use your own currency, of course, is because Tezos doesn't pump. But that's a different discussion. But what I was wondering, like, did you look into you said you wanted to do something like a digital rupee. I saw that the Indian government was very tight on anything related with rupees and blockchain. So yeah, what is their latest stance on that? Because it sounds like there's no problem how you explained it to launch a digital rupee or anything like that.
So yeah, you're talking about my other idea which I submitted for the proposal.
No, you just said during your pitch that you wanted to do a currency, right? And you mentioned rupee, or did I misinterpret that?
I don't think I mentioned I mentioned rupee.
I thought you said INR.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry.
I said in-game world currency, so it will be the currency of the in-game world basically.
Okay. Let me rephrase it then. So, launching a token in India. What is your plan of action for that? Because I see a lot of people from India actually moving to different countries when they launch a successful project. Or is it now easier to launch a token in India?
So yeah, basically before they were like, basically before the government was planning to ban cryptocurrency, but they're like now the recent news is basically they are not banning and they are more in the support, but they are not pretty clear for now. But they are like before in like January or Feb, they were pretty much news about banning all the cryptocurrencies uses. But like now they have come that they are exploring and they are also planning to have their own cryptocurrency for like instead of using the like rupee, they are planning to have a digital rupee. So I hope they are like supporting, they are like in more support of crypto, like the currencies and cryptocurrencies and blockchain as a whole.
Yeah.
I think to rephrase, heavily regulated digital.
Yeah, and to add to that, also just a general note, that is right. In India, the space in terms of cryptocurrency is still tight. There are some positive vibes that are that are coming around, but I think until we see something very strong and clear, it's going to be like the current structure that you have. So you usually in the token companies that are in India, you got development team in India, but your company is headquartered somewhere else. So I think that will keep going on.
Yeah.
And for all the projects that are supposedly or potentially are going to do that route or could want to do something with crypto, I think we are all here, all of us in this team are going to be there to help you out and to navigate those routes. All right. So
Okay, maybe I made it a bit scary. Sorry for that. But yeah, you already said that you wanted to move to a DAO, and that's already a good point. If you show that you are moving towards, that's the best route to take, I believe.
Yeah, basically we can use that in-game world currency for like the people can buy and sell land or basically other NFTs, or basically that we're planning to have clothes NFTs and all that, right? On the model NFTs. And other than that, we can use that for DAO as well. So it will like serve both the causes. We can't do that with XTC. Like we can't have a XTC DAO for the game.
But we are already having like a 10-minute discussion about the currency while you have such a cool project. So isn't that token maybe a distraction before launch, and you can always add that later?
So its token is basically to yeah, it's like yeah, we can obviously have a separate simple like a separate route, and we can integrate it later also. But yeah, it's not pretty that we are planning. We are not yet integrated, so we are not like we have to discuss about it more for now.
No problem. Okay. So I think it was a wonderful project. Thank you so much for presenting, Priyanshu. Let's move on. Thank you. Let's move on. Next is Team Tezarian. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. So basically using Cesarean, you can check live prices of your Tezos assets. Every 5 minutes it gets updated. Then you can swap tokens using this QPuSwap integration, invest in tokens listed on their platform, and check history of the recent transactions done, of your recent transactions done. So we don't have the team here, unfortunately, because they had their exams planned during this week. So we have one of our developers from Tezos India team, our blockchain developer intern, who will be presenting their work. So I welcome Ojasvi.
Yeah, so hello everyone, I'm Ojasvi from Tezos India Foundation, and I'll be presenting Cesarean project on behalf of the team. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So the Cesarean solves a problem, and the problem is about management. So we already know that Tezos ecosystem is growing very fast, and there are a lot of tokens that people want to invest, they want to swap, and they also want to like get an overview of their portfolio and things like that. And there was not much easy, user-friendly, decentralized application to do that. So Tezos fills that gap for us. The solution is actually very easy. The Tezos assets listed on Cesarean gets upgraded with their prices every 5 minutes. So you can check the live prices of all the tokens. You can swap tokens with our QuickSwap integration. So we have integrated QuickSwap, and now you can easily swap the tokens that are listed on our project. You can also invest in all the listed projects. So there are a lot of people who want to invest. They like some token, they want to invest it. You can all do that on Tezarian. And of course, when there are so many swapping and so many investing on Tezos assets, you want to get the recent history. So we also give the support to analyze all the previous transactions that we have done through our wallet. The revenue model for Tezarian is as follows. So whenever we swap any of the two tokens using our QuickSwap integration, we take a 2% extra fee on top of the QuickSwap. So that's one way to get some revenue. And of course, we have integrated advertisements into our project. So that will be a very major part. And you have minimum fees for calculating taxes on holding, 5% fee for creating and trading NFTs. So if you are trading NFT, then also if you're minting new NFT, then then we will be taking 5% fees for that also on our platform. And here's very intuitive UI for this. So you can always check the live prices for 50 plus tokens, or how many they're listed on the website in the STZ.
Firstly, sorry to interrupt, but are you moving the slides? Because I am still seeing the first slide. Yeah, now I can see it.
All right, so I was screen sharing. I'm sorry for that.
No problem.
The full screen. So,
Hmm.
so here are the solutions, the 4 solutions that I've talked about, the 4 revenue methods that we can that we are having in the project. And here's the UI. So you can always look at the graph of the values of the assets that are listed on our project, and you can swap. So there are so many tokens. You can basically select the column and insta, and then you can specify that how much of the tokens you want to swap. You just press the button confirm swap. It is already integrated with the cookie swap, and you can do your swapping here on this project. And there are 3 simple basic steps that are used for swapping. So the data is already fetched from the QuickSwap API. We already have the latest prices of all the tokens. Then you basically provide the information about what token you want to swap from whom, and how much asset that you want to swap, and then the final price is calculated and displayed in USDT, and the transaction is initiated, and you just swap your asset. So the planned roadmap for Cesarean is that until August 2021, the asset and portfolio value displayed. In this month, we integrated QuickSwap onto our project, and until January 2022, we hope that NFT will also be integrated onto our project. And also, I would appreciate the efforts of 2 of the members of Tezos India Fellowship, Rishabh Keshan and Hemant Krishna. They actually built a really great project out of it. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Ujasvi. Unfortunately, their app got a last minute bug, and those guys are probably writing their exam right now. But we will be sharing all the DApp URLs with all of you along with the presentations after this. So I don't think if asking questions to Ojasvi would be fair, but still, if there's anything
If there
that.
are any feedbacks, you can of course give us, and we will forward to the co-developer team.
Yes. Okay, if there's nothing, then was someone saying something? Sorry.
No, just continue.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing, then we shall move on to our next team. Next team is Krasnik DAO. Krasnik Underverse is home to 8888 3D animated apes living on the Tezos blockchain. That is home to full-time degens working with the goal in mind to make money and live a digital nomad life. So I would like to welcome Team Krasnik.
Hi guys, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Let's start with this. So yeah, welcome guys. And if you're wondering, to the moon shirt because crypto is pumping. So yeah, we are all crypto nerds. So Krasnik DAO, as Purvi said, we are home to full-time degens working in a goal to make money and live a digital nomad life. But let's get a step back and say like what the hell NFT means, right? I know everyone majorly has heard NFTs, but in a fundamentals, right? In the physical world, everything has a scarcity to it, right? Everything is scarce, like it has a levels to it, right? But when we go into the digital world, right, everything is in abundance. So that's what NFTs solve. That's what the blockchain technology provides. Like it makes the digital assets in a more scarce form, right? And one of the example is like maybe 2-3 years ago, I would not have put like, I don't own copyright of these, right? But because these are all NFTs, I'm not the owner, so I cannot put this. So this is like a very true example. And so that's what a basic definition of an NFT means for a very like beginner. But NFTs are just more than that. How I see this NFTs, they are more of a private clubs, especially the profile pics ones, right? Whether we talk about CyberKong, Schoolcat, DJNape, Megaverse, every one of them that I'm sharing, right? They are more of a private club communities, right? That have the same mindset and that are like working together, right? Just to give you a physical example of this, right? Let's say you want to be in a club of like, let's say Bugatti owners. These are all high-end, like high net worth individual, right? And just to connect with them, just to network with them, you have to own a Bugatti, which costs like $2 to $3 million, right? So that's an entry point. So in the digital space, this is an entry point, right? So this is an entry point to the digital space. And right now, how the market is valuing this just in the financial terms. So it's a social element. It's a social play. If you see the Megaverse, like you cannot identify, okay, this one is more rare. Oh, no, this one is more rare or this one is more rare, right? You cannot portray, I cannot portray myself in Megaverse, but I can portray myself in a social element like Bored Ape. I wear black all the time, so I will buy this one, right? I wear a hat. So right now, the NFT market value these more just on a financial terms, not this, because these are like, you cannot like, there's a not distinction between those. So what Krasnik Underverse proposal is, we want to build an open community for our NFT holders, which help each other succeed and sharing like opportunities to make money. Bridge the gap. This is my personal favorite. I want to bridge the gap between physical and digital elements of NFTs. I want to meet people that I'm like chatting on Discord like 3 a.m. Like, who are those? Like, can we meet in physical world? Like, will we sync on the physical world, right? So this is my personal favorite. We feel like Tezos is a great starting point with the community has grown, and we have a social element into our ecosystem. So as I said, this is just a sneak peek of our ecosystem of NFTs, and I'm from very start, like, how I wanted to build this is people can see themselves in their NFTs, right? So if you are more of a hoodie person, we have a hoodie for you. You are more of a, let's say, bubblegum, right? So this is what I want from the very start. And thanks to the team, we have accomplished that. And why this is the perfect time to launch Krasnik Underverse at this time, I have some hypothesis on my own. If you see, these are like two projects that are big in the Tezos ecosystem. Nothing wrong with them. I personally own, disclaimer, but you can't, like, I cannot see myself in a Tezos, right? Like, nothing wrong with the Tezos team or like that, but you cannot see which one is more rare, like when we compare to this one, and same with Comeless, right? So we have a social element that we have embedded in our NFT ecosystem. The Tezos adoption the last 3 months has gone parabolic. The only other that I can think of is Solana, but and we have seen Solana NFTs are popping up, and the ecosystem is growing. So that's a very good point. And we all know with price movement in crypto, like adoption comes in. So that's also to our time advantage. And ETH is just like unusable right now. Like I feel like anyone making less than $500,000 cannot use ETH, because if you want to use DeFi and NFTs, right? Each gas fees cost around $150, $100. If you do just a 10 a month, over a course of a year, it costs like $30,000 to $40,000. It's not sustainable, right? So Tezos is why we choose that. And Solana, there's a lot of like rug pulls going on the NFT ecosystem. That's why we are a public team, we are an open team, we are proud what we have built, and we are share our faces and have anything, right? So as I said, it's a community thing. It's a membership, right? So what are the certain membership perks of if you buy a Krasnik ape? Community fund. We want to grow the community, right? So anything that we earn from like a sale, 70% will go to the community fund, which will be a treasury. And yeah, so we want to grow the treasury as big as we can, buy assets that usually an individual person cannot buy, like Fidenza, right? It's 200 ETH floor. We cannot buy that, but that's a historic piece of art. So yeah, physical meetups. As I said, this is my personal favorite. We want to have a and yearly physical meetups that will be accompanied by an airdrop, which will be which will act as a souvenir. So the first physical meetup will be in Bali around February, and that will have an airdrop, a Bali themed airdrop, right? So it will act as a souvenir for them. Krasnik DAO, we will have governance and what decision to be made, like which asset to invest in, right? To be a part of Krasnik DAO, you need to hold a Krasnik ape NFT. So that's the entry ticket to the Krasnik DAO. Work to earn, we believe like everyone in the crypto space, like when there's a community, right? There's a lot of things to do. Like let's say just example, right? Let's say we want to write a certain blog ASAP, right? And the team is tied up. So we will put a bounty to the apes, whoever built that. So it provides the work to earn, so that you are not just holding the NFT for the art piece, right? You have the opportunity to earn, make money out of that. This is like the second most favorite of mine. I want to start a private newsletter just for the ape holders, where we will share like what are the next, like how the market is valuing, right? Which are the assets that are popping up. Like we want to be early in those assets. And users, right? You own the ape. I think it's pretty common. Everyone knows about it. So let's have a sneak peek. Like I've talked about Krasnik DAO, Krasnik Underverse, but what does they mean, right? So Krasnik Underverse is our NFT ecosystem. Krasnik DAO is the governing body, which handles the community fund and treasury and all of the decisions that we make. And Krasnik Labs, it's the legal entity when we invest in like private companies, when they have not launched the token, right? We need a legal entity for that. So these are three terminologies. Again, Krasnik Underverse, NFT, DAO, governing body, and Labs, the legal entity. What are the future plans? We are planning to launch like ASAP. We want to launch like the tentative goal line is second week of November before Thanksgiving. And we will set up the DAO and everything. Everything that we do will be transparent, from our ETH wallet address, Tezos, Binance. Every asset that we have will be transparent. We will share the the public wallet address to the community, so that everyone can see what we have in our treasury. In December, we want to have a physical versions of our art, either 2D or 3D. We still have to make a decision on that. Make the research team much stronger, so that people can incentivize that. Early Jan, we will have like we have already think of staking mechanism and like how we can fractionalize it. We just want more clarity on the regulator side, like is fractionalizing NFTs security or not. So that's why we are holding it back. And late Jan, we will launch our physical meetup. And the February, the physical meetup will occur, which will be in Bali. And who's excited for that? So let's go through like our website is live. You can check it like krasnikunderverse.com. All thanks to Disha and Dhiraj that have worked night and day for building this thing. You can see, like, you can subscribe to our newsletter. We will not spam you, just once a week of project updates. You can see the art, who we are, as I said, like what are the membership perks, the future plans, and some FAQs. We will be, secondary marketplace will be an object. We have already talked with those guys. Let's talk about the team later. And we also have our Twitter and Discord. You can check it out. And the team. So that's the very important thing. And I feel like we have a very great advantage over that. Any art that you see, any design you see, that's from Prabhakar. He has been working in 3D art for almost close to 3 years. So all thanks to him. He cannot join the call, unfortunately, but anything you have, I will pass on to him. Disha and Dheeraj have been worked like day and night. I know, guys, thanks for believing in me when I reached out to you guys. And yeah, we are here. So let's talk about me and Isaac. So we are like the crypto nerds. We have been in this space for close, like I'm closing on 3. And I don't know how many hackathons I have done, more than like 60. And this is how I grown a network, and this is how I build stuff. And I'm actively contributing to Doing Good, which is an NFT marketplace. So I'm in this NFT space like 24/7. Like this is all I have. And Isaac is like close to 2 years. He's working in B2B crypto infrastructure. So he handles, like, he knows what partnership, what strategy do we want to build in? How do we market that stuff, right? He makes all of those decisions. A sneak peek, this is a trade. This is a hacker trade. Let me know if you guys like it. Awesome. As we are launching, just to ask, there are a lot of people in the call. If anyone, like, launching is a very stressful thing. So if any question, like, help us, we have like 4 hours that we can have. If you could, like, if you know any project in the Tezos, you can, like, we can do a collab so that we can spread, we can market the whole thing, right? That will be appreciated. If you can engage with our content, Krasnik DAO, you can search on Twitter. We are live. If you could cross promote and join our Discord, pretty chill environment. There are people already that we are chatting, like how the market is doing, like trading stuff and everything. We have separate channels for that. And I know it's a very, like, on a low priority, but if any, like, if you could have a smart contract or NFT and minting function, that would bring a piece of art to our mind. And you can reach out to, like, Krasnik DAO, which is our official Twitter handle. And this is me. Don't ask me why, but you can reach out to me _Moonboy. And we are doing a giveaway. So FYI. And scan this QR code, join our Discord, and a pop will be shared soon. Thanks for being in this call. And yeah, any questions, anything, we are live. You can check out Krasnik DAO to our Twitter, krasnik_.com our website, and krasnik_medium.com is our blog. And yeah, looking for the feedback, and cheers, guys.
Thanks for sharing that, Sanchit. Do we have any questions for Team Krasnik?
I have a question here, Catherine from TZ APAC. Cool project. I'm not sure if this was covered, but I'd like to know how are you allocating voting power to the DAO token holders?
1-to-1, one NFT, one vote.
Okay, cool. Does it depend on the price of the NFT, or it prices? No. Okay.
Now, if you own one NFT, whether it's like a floor or if it's the highest, you have one voting power.
Okay. So it's like a very inclusive kind of voting system.
Yes, everyone has asked, if you want to make a proposal, like, you find a great project, right? You find, like, okay, this is the huge project that is coming up. It would be good if you could have on a treasury. You propose that and you will be incentivized for that. Just proposing. We have like proposal templates for like DeFi projects, NFT projects. You propose those things, and if we get the allocation, right? Whenever we sell those and like realize gains, right? Certain, like, you will be incentivized for that. Right now, we think like 20% is a good amount for like doing it organically. Like, community is making research things. So that's how we like making the project like much more engaging. So like everyone feels like it's a community thing, not just an individual.
Yeah, I think that's really cool, because we were also thinking of how to support community leaders that want to do their own community DAO, specifically for NFT art as in Asia. So would you happen to have like, would you kind of template this solution for other communities, or is it just for your community?
Everything will be open source. So we are building in public. As soon as we launch, everything will be open source, from like minting things so that people can see we are doing everything fair. So when we have like a proposal template, it will be on our GitHub. So have a look out on those.
Awesome. We'll keep an eye on your project. Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thanks, Catherine. Anyone
I think
else?
the file has something.
Hello, Krasnik. I have a question. The art is totally digitally generated, right?
Yeah, the certain traits, like we have 169 traits that were made, and then it's going to be like the generative art. We have the 888 generated art. It took us like 25,000. We have to pick one of those, which one is better, which one is not. So yeah.
Okay. And have you thought about there is one project on Ethereum that has like kind of a passive income token that is
Cybercoins.
federal.
Yeah. So right, yeah. I own that personally, but right now I feel like we are too early for that, and I just want to get some like regulation perspective, because when you buy that, you are getting with like a incentive, like you are like a kind of like promising like you will get those things, right? It's a financial incentive for you. So I just want to have some regularity expect from that, but right now it's like very low on priority. The only thing it will become high priority when Bored Ape does that, because they are doing with like all of the regulation in mind. So when they do that, I will see how the structure there is, and then maybe I can implement. But right now it's like I don't want to have that passive income in my mind rather than work to earn. Not passive income, you have to work to earn that. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Rafael.
Is there still time for one more, Poli? Can I squeeze? Okay. Yeah. So I'm wondering if you guys have looked at some of the regulation regarding like the NFT, like having the claims on like the 70% of the treasury and the proceeds. Have you looked at it? Do you fear running against sort of regulations? Are you going to sort of block US holders, or what?
Yeah, so we like I had a talk with lawyers that were in like Wyoming and one in Switzerland. So that's why we are setting up Krasnik Labs. So Krasnik DAO is just a wallet address, if you think of it like that. But every legal entity is Krasnik Labs, and it's how the lawyers said to me. Like there were a lot of like stuff that I didn't understand that, but how they said to me, it was pretty clear. Like anyone can own. It's not a directly linked to that. So there, how the mechanism is, it's not. Like you are financially incentivized to that. That's why we need a separate entity, which is Krasnik Labs.
Okay. So yeah, so it's going to be like a loose sort of legal contract, attaching the right. Okay.
Yes. That's why we need three separate systems under versus the NFT ecosystem, which will have all of the NFT like airdrops and certain utilities to the NFTs. Then the DAO is a loose governing, you can say loose governing body, which does not sound good, but that's what it is. And the labs, that is like all the legal entity when we like pay whoever is working on that and compensate that stuff. So that is a business expense if you think of it that way.
Yeah, thanks. I think you have some really innovative ideas that could set it apart from the rest of the NFT community.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Okay. Thank you so much, Team Krasnik. Now we'll move on to our next presentation. The last one for the day, but of course not the least, Team TZPing. TZPing is a blockchain protocol that gives you services to communicate with your users in a decentralized way. Either you are a company, dApp, baker, or anyone who wants the users to stay up to date with your service or protocol updates, TZPing is for you. So welcome, Team TZPing.
Hi everyone. I'm Shwetal and our project is TZPing. So I'll be sharing the screen now. I hope it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we already told you, TZPing is the blockchain protocol that provides you service to communicate with your users in a decentralized way. So now on Tezos, we have a lot of projects, the DeFi ones, the NFT ones, and many more interesting projects are coming up. But what it is still missing is the communication layer, which is kind of disconnect and is eventually leading to the poor user experience. So if you think that why you need TZPing is, if you are still using centralized services on decentralized platform, like we have some apps that take their users email and say keep them updated by sending the notification or any other information via emails, while most of the apps are there that expect their users to stay updated via social media like Twitter, Telegram, and many more. So what can happen is while scrolling through your feed, you might miss some important information regarding your D app, like you might have missed some NFT sales because you just skipped it. So that doesn't happen with TZPing. And other cases can be, if you have your Tezos domain, then you must be knowing that it expires after a year. And if you haven't subscribed to the emails or other services that they're using, then you won't be getting to know about that. So that's a disadvantage. Other thing is, if you're into DeFi, then now you have to check the DeFi platform manually to know what is coming up and what's going on. So that's again a disadvantage. And with TZPing, you can get push notification for transaction. Like if anyone has sent you some Tez, then you will get a push notification on your phone regarding that. So to all of these, we have a solution that is TZPing. So these are the key features of TZPing, that you get decentralized notification, you get notified from your DApp services to which you have subscribed, to the users have subscribed only to prevent spam. Like channels can't send you, channels or services, they can't send you notification if you haven't subscribed to them. And another thing is you get transaction notification, as I already said. You can even get personalized notification, like for instance, if you have put an NFT on sale and it gets sold, so you'll get notification for that. And you can get notified for protocol updates. You get notified for your baking reward, like if you are staking, then you will get notification whenever you get rewards. So now the product, the app is pretty simple. You have to connect the wallet and you can search your channel, whichever is your favorite channel, you can search and just subscribe to it. And whenever there is an update, you will get notified on the home screen. Now over to you, Nishant. Hello, Nishant.
Nishant,
sorry about that. I
no
forgot to unmute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I audible right now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So now if you're wondering how the protocol actually works, so and how it is decentralized, so let's get to it. So TZPing creates a data layer that allows the apps and smart contracts to send notifications to their users directly. The actual notification data is stored in IPFS and the hashes are stored in the contract. Everything from subscriptions, advertising, and notifications is handled on chain. And we do not actually rely on Web2 technologies to store the notifications. So from users' perspective, first, the services can create their channel on TZPing contract. Yeah. Then users can subscribe to that channel, and optionally they can choose to get advertisement notifications for which they'll be rewarded. More on that later. Next, the services or companies can create notifications directly to their users by calling our contract, by either by inter-contract calling or directly calling our entry points from our contract. Users will receive those push notifications directly to their devices. And devices can be anything from phones to desktop, because we actually built a PWA that works everywhere. That's about the protocol. Now let's move on to the revenue model. Yeah. So when a service creates a channel, they have to stake some amount of ping tokens. That is our native token. So 5% of the staked amount will be taken up as fees. When a service wants to delete the channel, there will be a 10% fees for the staked amount. Other than that, services can also send in advertisements for which they'll have to pay a per fees. We have not decided exactly how much that fees will be, depending on the ping token value. And for users, they'll receive 50% of that amount as rewards. So basically, we provide incentives for people to use our app and opt in for advertisement. Yeah. Now Shweta will take over and walk you through the demo.
Yeah. So for TZPing, we have prepared a docs, that is light paper. So I'll go to that. Yeah. So in that, I have covered everything, like whatever a new user that comes to TZPing needs to know about it, like what the protocol it, how's it working, why it's useful for them, and everything it is covered under that. Next is the I don't know why this is disappearing. Okay, so now the app. Yeah, so this is our landing page. I have mentioned here all the details. Now the app. Okay, so it is a PWA. You can install it on your phones and you'll get a notification on that. So it walks you, like give a basic idea first, like what is it and what you need to do. And I have to connect my wallet. Okay, on phones you can use Kukai wallet, but here I'll be doing yeah. Once the wallet is connected, I can go over here to the settings. Under settings, I have a option for subscription. Under subscription, all the channel, that is the services, will be listed. Like now we have, for demo purpose, only created 2 channel. In future, when there will be many, then if I search, then yeah, as you can see, I get the channel. And if you want to subscribe to that, you have to click on the button and confirm the operation. And once the channel is subscribed, so whenever there is a notification, you'll get that on the home screen. So yeah, so these are the 2 notifications that are created from the channels. So yeah, pretty simple. Just connect to your wallet, subscribe to your channels, and whenever there is an update, you'll get on the home page. So that is the demo. Now the roadmap. Over to you, Nishant.
Now let's talk about the roadmap for TCP. So in December 2021, we'll be launching the notification services. For this period, we'll be setting up a selective indexer for popular projects ourselves, like Tezotopia and Tezos domain, etc., to provide direct notifications on activities. Uh, from a launch in December to April 2022, we'll be having a community bonding period. So we'll be looking to grow our user base. Yeah. In December 2022, we'll be launching the ping token. And finally, in May 2022, we'll be launching the protocol on mainnet. After that, we'll be collaborating with different existing projects on Tezos to use our protocol for decentralized notifications. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, we can have them up now.
Thank you, Nishant. Thanks, Kwetal. Thank you so much. So do we have any questions for Team TZP?
Yeah, so let me kick off the questions first.
Mm-hmm.
Good demo, and I think it's it's a missing part in any blockchain ecosystem, and I think it can help a lot of protocols and all the users of all the protocols to stay updated. But specifically talking about your roadmap, I think you can fine tune your roadmap a little bit more. You already have a working app, right? Uh, and I think, and I have basically 2 questions. So first is, if you already have an MVP ready, I don't think you should wait till May 2022 to do the mainnet launch. That's too far, right? So what you should focus on is first, and it's just an advice. And if you need more, we can also after the demo, we can sit together and discuss more with all the teams what would be the best way. You could focus on going on mainnet soon, and as showing the utility of the platform and onboarding more and more users. And then once you have the users for raising funds or for different purposes, it's it's choice of a choice of your team. Sometimes team goes to launch token for fundraising purposes and bootstrapping the ecosystem. Sometimes they raise money using different methods, but that's your option. But on the product side, I would recommend to launch it as soon as possible. Get it out there. You already have ready. You already have so many huge protocols on Tezos, Hiketnong, Object.com, Plenty DeFi, PeopleSwap, all these things, right? So just have their users try out their projects so that they can stay updated. And once they are hooked to it, I think they won't. I don't think there will be any problem to scale it further and furthermore to add more utility, right? And the second thing is also if you can explain. So I know how it is for users, but how it is for dApp developers. I have a protocol. How does it look like for me? I have a protocol. I want my users to stay updated with any new, let's say, a pair that I might add or new NFT that I might add. How do I do that?
Yeah, okay. So if you are a service, then you can create your channel on Tzipping, and like there will be an admin panel for that, and you can create notification from there and just send to your users. And for personalized notification, you have to put in the addresses of the users to whom you want to push it, and there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, for the roadmap thing, as you said, we had two options for that, like one you suggested and one we presented. The one you suggested we had in the beginning, but we weren't sure of, like we choose for this one because we thought like if we fail on the marketing side, we for the like launching on the mainnet and then like connecting to the DApps, we have to reach out to the DApps already existing on the ecosystem. So for that we thought of like if we like create channels ourselves on Tzipping, and then send and like analyze like which are the popular DApps and they need notification, so we can provide users notification for that without collaborating with the DApps personally. So that was the idea. But yeah, sure, the one you suggested is definitely fast and that should be preferred.
Yeah. And I don't think you guys will fail anywhere, first of all, right? The entire Tezos ecosystem is here to support you, I'm sure. So let's see if we have got any other question for you guys. Okay. So maybe not for this specifically, but overall, if anyone would like to share the feedback about the projects. Colin, would you like to share something? So this was our last presentation for the day.
Yeah. Okay. Can I stop sharing now?
Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen. Thank you, team. Tzipping.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can just summarize. I really enjoyed all of the presentations. I'm absolutely blown away by some of the innovation, and I think it's very exciting for Tezos. So can't wait to see how everyone develops. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Colin. Bern, would you like to say anything? Is Bern there?
I don't know if my audio is good because I'm in the car. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So really cool to see all the different projects. The tech is really impressive. I think that Tezos India can really help with fine-tuning the roadmaps of all of these projects because they are unique and there is a lot of space on Tezos for these kind of projects. But if you wait too long with launching, more projects will be there. So at this stage, you all have unique projects and you can really get a foot in the door in the Tezos ecosystem. So I would advise you all to launch ASAP and be ashamed of your first project launch. Because if you are not ashamed of your first project launch, you launched too late. A famous quote from the LinkedIn founder. So keep that in mind and keep up the good work, guys and girls, of course.
Thanks, Bowen. Rafael, any last remark, feedback?
Yes, thank you very much for the presentations. I'm impressed with the quality of the project. Also, TZ Ping, it's a great idea. Keep going. In general, I totally agree with Bernd on the launch. Keep in mind, if you look back in the crypto space and some projects and the date when they have launched, it had, for some projects, it had a great impact on the timing of their launch and where we stand in the cycles we experience in the crypto market. So that's a good point, and that's one thing I would revise and make sure you get the timing right there. Otherwise, it's really great to see these projects growing and developing, and yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Thank you so much. So anything, Jacob, Catherine? Any last remarks?
Nothing from me. Nothing I won't echo everyone else, what they said. I mean, all these projects are good, and I think with more development, they will be great projects. And I think that they have so much potential now, and it's such a great space where they are now. And just over the next 6 months, I think we'll see a lot of good projects coming from you guys, from the team at Tezos India Foundation, for finding such talent and coaching them throughout the experience. So keep up the good work.
Thanks a lot, Jacob.
Yeah, looking forward to day 2.
Yeah.
Great job, everybody.
Thank you so much, everyone, first of all, for joining in. And like we said that, this is the first time that we are also seeing most of the projects, because we wanted, to see, we don't want to like pre-prepare, because we want you to see for yourself that within just very short duration of time, like 8 weeks, they were able to build so much and come up with a plan, like a way forward and stuff. So I think that all of us echo that the projects have a lot of potential. And of course, Tezos India will fine tune, help marketing, and I'm sure TZ Epic is there to help, take these projects to the next level. So this is what we had for today. We had 6 presentations, and we will be sharing all the presentations along with the DApp URLs with all of you. And on Friday, we have 7 more amazing projects coming up, and please be there as well. Before we close the call, I would like to take a moment to thank DevFolio team, who has been there while we were conducting this entire event. So thank you so much for your support throughout. Om, any closing remark before we end the call?
Yeah, sure. First of all, very impressive. All the projects you guys have done some great job. And, being a developer myself and building continuously on Tezos myself, I know that, sometimes, it could get tricky. You have to figure out right ways, and you have to be engaging in the community. And throughout the period of this fellowship, I've seen a lot of you talking in, channels, asking questions, getting feedback from other developers, and then also taking inspiration from other projects that already exist in the Tezos ecosystem, right? So I echo with everyone what they said. You all have great potential. What I would like to add is, after the fellowship, after all the demos, we'll sit back with you. We, TZ Epic team, all of us who we see, we are going to sit with you. We are going to help you set the direction. If you need, if a project needs funding, then we have ecosystem growth grant program that we run. Tezos India and TZ Epic runs together, where we could provide funding up to $10,000 to projects and help them basically in the marketing and fine tune their projects, and get them ready to launch and take off from there. So a lot of exciting opportunities we have in the Tezos ecosystem. Not only that, there are so many opportunities, there are so many people, and being a Tezos India fellow itself is a brand. If you go in anywhere in Tezos ecosystem, even in Indian crypto space, if you say and if you go and say, "Hi, I'm Tezos India fellow," people are going to recognize you. And I'm happy that with the support of everyone, support of Tezos India team, foundation, TZ Epic, and my colleagues, we have been able to pull this off. But it's not over yet. We have got 7 more cool projects on Friday, and I look forward to see all of you and more on that day. And thanks everyone. Thanks Raphael, Colleen, Bern, Katz, Jacob, Purvi, Tezos India team, all the Tezos India fellows for putting all the efforts and making it happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
All right. So see you on Friday, everyone. Thanks again for joining, and I wish you all a really good evening. Bye.
Thank you. See you on Friday.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Bye.